What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with the NFL DFS contenders for Thursday Night Football. Browns and Steelers. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who are your favorite and least favorite plays for tonight's slate. And finally, shout out to Prize Picks for being the presenting sponsor of this video. If you click the link in the description of the video, head on over to Prize Picks, make a deposit. They will match that deposit up to $100. We got a ton of tools at Stokastic.com that I think could help you out at Prize Picks. You don't need an optimizer. You're picking player props. So again, click the link in the description, head on over to Prize Picks, get a up to a $100 instant match deposit bonus. Couldn't really get through that read. Maybe it's because of my lack of excitement for talking about Browns and Steelers. Rounding out the bottom of my top 10, we've got Pat Freiermuth, Amari Cooper, Kareem Hunt, Chase Claypool, and the Browns D on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. In first at number 5, we've got Najee Harris. He is 9,800, projected for just over 14 fantasy points. Pittsburgh, 4.5 point underdogs here, 38.5 point total. This is not the most entertaining DFS opportunity that we're going to have, but Harris looks good. 7% chance to go for more than 30, and 11% likelihood he is the optimal captain, plus another 38% at the flex spot. Najee Harris is just knocking on the door of that coin flip club at number 5. You expect a ton of volume here, could be involved pretty highly in the passing game, at least early. It's just, we don't expect a ton of scoring, and you're going to see how that shakes out for the quarterbacks as we move forward. Nick Chubb is the first member of the coin flip club. 12K, projected for 16 fantasy points. Cleveland 4.5 point favorites here. 11% likelihood that Chubb goes for more than 30. Just a 9% chance, though, that he is the optimal captain. It's going to be a little bit easier to just get him elsewhere because of that price tag. 41% likelihood that he is optimal at the flex. It's Nick Chubb. There's not much to say, but at the same time, you also have Kareem Hunt sitting there with 38% of a chance. So the balance between those guys will be pretty difficult, but we know this much. We feel like we're going to need to rely a little bit more on the running game than normal. The highest ranking non-quarterback is DIONTAE Johnson, 9,200, projected for just shy of 14 fantasy points. Pittsburgh here, underdogs again. You're expecting them to have to throw late. Probably. You expect someone to have to throw, but this is not exactly the most illustrious quarterback matchup we're ever going to find. 13% likelihood that Johnson goes for more than 30. 14% chance that he is your optimal captain. Tack on another 39% at the flex, and you get DIONTAE Johnson at 53%. We had Chubb stick the landing on the coin flip. Half the time he's in, half the time he's out. Now for DIONTAE Johnson, we get just a hair above that coin flip mark. You're going to need him more frequently than you're not, but the most likely scenario is you only need one of the two of Johnson and Chubb, and that's why this particular DFS slate is incredibly difficult. Edging out DIONTAE Johnson, we've got JACOBY BRISSETT, 8,800, projected for 14 fantasy points. Cleveland here, the favorites, but you're not expecting a massive ceiling. You really do assume that Chubb and Hunt are going to be relied on heavily in this one. 5% chance that Brissett goes north of 30, 10% chance that he is your optimal captain, 44% likelihood that he is optimal at the flex spot. That gets him to 54. For a second, I actually thought that JACOBY BRISSETT was going to finish behind DIONTAE Johnson. You don't normally see quarterbacks falling too far down this list, but once again, we are at the top. Brissett is in at number 2, and I can't wait to talk about number 1. Before we get to number 1, let's go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who you like, and then go sign up at Prize Picks using the link in the description. Obviously, in at number 1, we've got Mitch Trubisky, 8,600, projected for just over 14 fantasy points. Sense a theme with that number. They're dogs. He's not very good. He's got a 5% chance to go for more than 30. 11% likelihood that Mitch Trubisky is the captain you're looking for tonight. Another 47% at flex, because honestly, 8,600 for a quarterback is a bargain. This is just gross. 58% for Trubisky. I mean, he's not all that far over that coin flip mark. If you prefer Najee Harris and the Browns D and Chase Claypool, like that you can go so many different directions, but you're likely looking at a total, and I'm doing it on the screen as I talk, 4.5 of my top 10 you would expect to be in the optimal. So more likely it's either 5 or 4, which means someone that I didn't even list here is going to show up in that optimal. That's the scariest part of all of this. For the rest of these guys, you could basically just put them in a shaker and pick random names out of a hat. This is a terrifying slate tonight, but I can, the only thing that I can do is go by optimal percentage. And today, Mitch Trubisky is your #1 contender for tonight's slate. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NFL DFS contenders for Thursday Night Football, Browns and Steelers. FanDuel version of this video is around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. Back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.